Next topic 2.5, the political development in South America. The Europe discovery of America. The three centers of civilization exist. There is in Mexico in Central America, Peru in South America, and after that the Mayas and the Aztecs. So is a development in the political of in South America. So three centers of the civilizations exist in the there is a Mexico in Central America, Peru in South America. These three places are one is a Maya, another one is Inca, third one is Aztec. Third one is the Aztec. Is the main important state, important places, and other than is the Aztec civilizations were highly advanced, well developed in these civilizations. Well developed in the civilization. After the some of the cities, the major cities are joined in this the lake for that is the several seat of the each of the areas for the civilizations is formed in this the Mayapan lakes. The well organized and strong government existed among the 11th centuries. Their cities formed into Lake of Mayapans. So mainly for this, the area civilizations around the 11th centuries, the large cities formed in this, the Mayapans, the League of Mayapans, the ruled in them more than 100 years. So over 100 years, after the 12th centuries, the Mayapans was destroyed. Rule was destroyed towards the close of 12th centuries. Close of the 12th centuries, the other cities have continued. The Aztecs from the Mexico, the conquest of this, the Mayapan countries, conquest of this Mayapans countries in the 14th centuries, and founded the capital cities of mainly for Tenochtitlan, the city of capitals. For the nearly 200 years, the Aztecs ruled in these empires. So mainly in the three places, for one is the Mayas, another one is for this Inca. Aztec civilization is very strong. After that, in the 11th centuries, the major cities are merged in this one lakes for the Lake of Mayapans. The ruled in 100 years. After the 12th centuries, after that, the Mayapans was destroyed towards the close of 12th centuries. The other cities was continued. After that, the Aztecs from Mexico and conquered the Maya places, the Mayapan places, continue in the 14th centuries. They founded the capitals of city in the more than nearly 200 years, 12th century to 14th century, more than 200 years over the Aztecs ruled in these empires. Next one is European colonizations and at the infant of 16th centuries. Mainly for the in the 16th centuries, where the Aztecs is a high powers. Well, is the Aztecs were at the height of their powers, well strong powers. Now, while the empires collapsed before the handful of adventures of the Spaniards, named of the Huron Hunters, the Huron Hunters came to an attack in the Aztec. The Spaniards, named Huron Hunters, is attacked in these Aztecs. The Aztecs was collapsed, the totally damaged, the captured. The Mexican civilizations collapsed with the great city of the Tenochtitlan was pursued. So the nations also is captured. The world worst disasters. This is the world worst genocides. After that, the Spaniards came to reach in Inca. So the Inca also they captured. The Spaniards name of the Francisco Pizarro were the conqueror of these Incan empires. Later the Spaniards made the Peru in the part of the domination. The part of the dominations. Mainly in this topic, for the Aztec in the high powers. After the Spaniards the reach in this. The Spaniards, the name of these Huron Hunters is capture of this the Mexican civilizations is totally collapsed. After that, the another Spaniards came to an attack in Incan empires. Incan empires is also the capture. Then this later the Spaniards made Peru as part of the dominations. Next topic, next para, so mainly for this the 18th centuries. In the 18th centuries, the demand for the political freedoms, the need for the political freedoms, administrative autonomy, and economic self-determinations were they articulated throughout the Latin America. There was the bloodly conflict between the Haitian by the Haiti, the slaves, mainly for the Haiti slaves, the colonies army by the against the British and the French rules. So these peoples, the slaves against the British and the French forces, the struggle led by the struggles led by the thousand yell the thousand in the during of the head of the leader of the struggles in the during 1791 and 1804. The end of this, finally, the end of the Haitian peoples, the independence from the French rules. So, is the main importance in this topic, the administratives and the demand of the political freedoms, administratives, autonomies and the economic self-determinations for the Latin America. So against the Haiti slaves, against the British and the French rules, the main important leaders, the head of the leaders for this, Toussaint Louverture, during the 1791 to 1804, of the fight against the French rules, the Haitian peoples the independence from the French rules. The Haiti thus became the first Caribbean countries. The Haitian peoples, the first Arabian countries to throw the slavery, the French colonial controls. French colonial control. After the American and French revolutions, provide the inspirations of the Latin America. The Americans and the French revolutions, the inspirations of the Latin America. The Napoleon's inventions of the Spain and the Portugals in 1908. So Napoleon inventions attacked in these Portugals and Spain in 1908. So in 1908, the quick to process the liberation struggles in South Africa, mainly for the liberations, the process of the liberation struggles in South Africa. The quickened the process of the liberation in South Africa, mainly for already the spirit of the independence was growing under the leadership of Simon Bolivar. So already the inspire or spirit of the news for the struggles for the Simon Bolivar and the called else liberator or the liberator. In case the Brazil, the Portugal royal family, the Portugal's royal family in the context of the conquer the Portugals. So the Napoleon captured the Portugals by the royal family, the royals, the leaders, the important leaders. They escaped. The spread led from the Lisbon. So he escaped from the Lisbon and that they assisted the transitions of the Brazil from the colonies in the independent nations. After that, so the Napoleon captured the Portugals. The royal families also escaped in the Lisbon. So after the Brazil is a independent countries. The Portugals of the Napoleons fled to the Lisbon and thereby the assisted in the transitions of the Brazil from the colony to independence nations. So the Petros won, renouncing the claims to the Portugals from the declared the independence of Brazil. Thank you.